Hello, my pre-calculus student. In this video, we are going to solve trigonometric equation. Let's begin with this equation. We have 5 equals secant square of x plus 3. So the first thing we have to do is that we have to isolate secant square of x. So we have to subtract 3 from the right side of the equation, and then from the left side of the equation. Simplify, so we were left with 2 equals secant square of x. Now we want to cancel the exponent. We don't want to see the exponent, so we want to take the square root both sides. Then we'll end up with two answers. Positive or negative square root of 2 equals secant of x. So now we have two answers. We are going to go ahead and write them separately so that you can see. So the first equation will be, I'm going to write this way: secant of x is square root of 2, and the second equation is secant of x equal negative square root of 2. Now before we begin to look at the unit circle, let's review the periods. So the periods of secant is 2 pi. So it means that we only need to find the solution on the interval from 0 to 2 pi. I'm going to go to my unit circle. I'm going to start at 0 degree, and I'm going to go all the way counterclockwise to 2 pi to see at what angle that secant equals square root of 2. Now before we continue, we have to review quick. So if you want to find, so I'm going to go ahead and make a note over here. This is just a review right here. So we know that secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So I'm going to go to, if you look at here, at each pair of the number, the first value is the cosine. So I'm going to go to each one of this pair of number and take 1 divided by each pair of this number until I end up with square root of 2. So if I look at 45 degree or pi over 4, I will take one divided by square root of 2 over 2. So that will give a 2 over square root of 2. Since we cannot have square root in our denominator, we are going to rationalize the denominator. So we multiply by square root of 2 to both the denominator and the numerator. So that will give us, move the paper a bit. That will give us secant of theta is 2 times square root of 2 over 2. Cancel the 2, so therefore we can conclude that secant theta equals square root of 2. This is what we are looking for. So it means that we can conclude that the first angle where the secant is equal to square root of 2, secant of that angle is 45 degree or pi over 4. Now if you can see the trick here. So what you should do that you will look for where your cosine or the first value of each pair is square root of 2 over 2. So continue to go around, and I'm looking for cosine is square root of 2 over 2. So square root of 2 over 2, we don't see it yet. Here we are. We see 1 here. So therefore, we have 2 answer. We can conclude right here that our two angles are pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. Or you can think about it in degree be 45 degrees and 315 degrees. Now we'll go ahead and solve the second equation, where secant of x equals negative square root of 2 over 2. So if we want to get a negative, you can think this way right here. You need to go back, and where your cosine, now your cosine is not going to be positive square root of 2 over 2, it will be negative square root of 2 over 2. And then, so therefore you can conclude that your secant will be equal negative square root of 2. So all the work I'm going to show is right here. So what I'm doing is that I'm going back to my unit circle from 0 to 2 pi, which is the entire unit circle. And I'm looking for where my x or where my cosine is negative square root of 2 over 2. So keep going. Cosine, so this will be the first one. So this is cosine of my theta equals negative square root of 2 over 2. And continue, keep going. Here we are. So again, this is my cosine theta. So we can conclude that the two angles where my secant equals negative square root of 2, which is the same as cosine equals negative square root of 2 over 2, are 3 pi over 4 or 135 degrees and 5 pi over 4. If you have not noticed that all the answer or all the solution that we present here, we're using radians, but if you want to write them in degree, you are welcome. So now we have all our solution from 0 to 2 pi, where secant of that angle equals square root of 2, or secant of that angle equals negative square root of 2. Now what happens if we continue to rotate around the unit circle? It means that we go around and around. How many solutions on the interval from negative infinity to positive infinity? First of all, let me continue with this first. So the solutions on the interval from 0 to 2 pi are, and we'll list them all: pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, I'm just copy this and put it right here, 3 pi over 4, and the last angle will be 5 pi over 4. So these are the 4 solutions on the interval from 0 to 2 pi. Now let's talk about the solution on the interval from negative infinity to positive infinity. Negative infinity to positive infinity. So it means that you go around the unit circle more than one time. So you take your pi over 4 and you will add the period show 2 pi, and then you times n. That's all. And then you do for each one of your angle here. So 7 pi over 4 plus 2 pi n, 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi n, and 5 pi over 4 plus 2 pi n, where n is an integer. This will be the conclusion for this video. Make sure you write out your own summary, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.